Dillian, the body snatcher right here. It's a champ. Big up to Sporting Icon. Subscribe. Otherwise, I might pay you guys a visit.
So congratulations to Otto Wallin. He gets a unanimous decision victory over Dominic Breazeale. Now, I agree with the scorecards. I think that you have to be very, very generous and in a very good mood to give Dominic Breazeale 3 of those rounds. Don't get me wrong, some of those rounds were, it's not a case of Otto Wallin was just completely dominant in each and every round, not at all. Dominic Breazeale did have his moments where some of those rounds were quite close, but they weren't close enough to go, oh, maybe a Dominic Breazeale round or maybe a draw. No, for me, I think that the rounds that Otto Wallin won were pretty clear, in my opinion. But a victory over Dominic Breazeale, would it go down in the history as one of the biggest upset wins? No, not at all. I think what happened here is that it's a mix of, or potentially at least, a mix of Dominic Breazeale didn't really have the confidence because he did seem quite gun-shy. He seemed like he was very, very apprehensive in that fight. Obviously, because what happened last time with Deontay Wilder. Maybe part of his soul has gone, I don't know. Or it could be that Otto Wallin is actually a very, very good fighter. Maybe a lot of people who criticise Tyson Fury's performance of Otto Wallin may look at Otto Wallin now and go, well, actually, he's a pretty good opponent. Because a lot of people were saying beforehand that maybe it was just because of the cut with Tyson Fury. Maybe Otto Wallin had a good night at the office, Tyson Fury didn't. Maybe Tyson Fury overlooked him, that kind of thing. But I think now you can probably agree that Otto Wallin is a decent heavyweight. That's for sure. Now, he didn't really get Dominic Breazeale in too much problems or anything like that where you go, oh, he's going to stop him here. I think if he'd have put his foot on the gas a little bit more often, he may have actually got Dominic Breazeale out of there. Because Dominic Breazeale is always there to be hit. His defence has always been pretty shoddy. Don't get me wrong, I think Otto Wallin's defence worked great last night, but his movement for a heavyweight is pretty good. But when you're tall and you're southpaw, you're a problem. Especially if you start using lateral movement. So many heavyweights tend to use straight lines going backwards and forwards, and that's why they get caught. Okay, but Dominic Breazeale, quite nippy on his feet for a big lad, let's be honest, with the fact that he can move side to side and throw in the body shots and that. And that was one of the good things about Otto Wallin that I like to see, which not many heavyweights do so much, which is throw the body shot, as in a straight jab to the body, those kind of ones. Otto Wallin does. So congratulations to Otto Wallin. I think it's a very, very good victory for him. I'd like to see him take on, say, maybe a Derek Chisora next. I think that would be quite an interesting one. Or if Dillian Whyte is to defeat Alexander Povetkin on March 27th, maybe Otto Wallin versus Dillian Whyte. Let's see if Otto Wallin can step up again. I think he can. I think that he can mix it with anybody. We know that he's had good sparring and that before with the likes of Anthony Joshua and whatever else. And his performance with Tyson Fury, people will still say that had that fight been anywhere else, and if the fight with Wilder wasn't directly after that, if Tyson Fury wasn't with Top Rank, that fight would have been stopped. It's a fair point. It's a fair point. So it's a very, very good possibility that we could be looking at Otto Wallin right now as the lineal heavyweight champion. But it is what it is. For me, I'm happy that the fight weren't stopped. Of course, I'm happy that Tyson Fury got the nod because, of course, he went on to defeat Wilder. Now it looks like he's going to take on Anthony Joshua. But either way, congratulations to Otto Wallin. That was a good victory. Not an excellent victory, but a good victory. And he showed that it wasn't just a good night at the office for him against Fury and a bad night at the office for Fury. I think this performance showed that Otto Wallin is of that kind of level, where he's been ranked before in the heavyweight rankings. I think now this kind of victory will justify him being in the top 15 in the world. In my honest opinion, at least, anyway. Drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, subscribe, catch you all in the next video.